Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video. And in this video, ever since the Monster High reboot happened, I've had this question in my head where I want to talk about if the reboot is actually good or not. I wanted to wait until the animated series premiered, and now that it's out with a couple episodes, I feel like now is a great time to talk about whether or not the Monster High reboot is any good. First, we got the live action movie that came out in October and it did really well, and so Nickelodeon even greenlit a sequel coming out next year. Shortly after, we got the dolls, and the dolls, of course, it was a talking point. Many people were not sure if they liked them or not, especially the changes that were made, but now basically everyone is in love with them. And then lastly, we have the animated series that premiered most recently, and it's doing well. It's also airing on Nickelodeon and it's still ongoing with 26 episodes in the first season. And yes, a confirmed G1 crossover. Here you can see a description for an upcoming episode. This is literally like multiverse of madness. It's literally too good to be true. Spider-Verse, multiverse, it's happening, you guys. It is happening. It's confirmed. I mean, if this is not it, then I don't know what it is. Let's start off with the animated series, shall we? So, back in how long was it ago that they released the casting choices and the first look basically at the characters? We all went batshit crazy. Do you remember that? And we were all dissecting the changes that were made, and I made a video about them too. And it's it all feels so silly now because we already know everything. So yes, the animated series, I think it's a good show. It's obviously for kids, but does it have to be does that mean that it's bad? No, I think they just know the demographic, and it does feel cartoony, kind of slapsticky. I do like the animation style. I think the wider feet, it's a choice. It sticks out, and it does kind of remind me of Equestria Girls, but that's okay. That's not a bad thing. I do think the overall plot feels very much like the movie plot, where it's Claudine. She's the protagonist. She, at first, actually in the series here, Claudine didn't even know she was a werewolf, apparently. She just was a fan of werewolves. Or at least that's how it kind of came off. She was studying werewolf mythology, and she had never transformed before. She was human form all the time. And then she found Monster High, and that's when she kind of transformed. So that's kind of different to what the movie is. And so in the show, she finds Monster High, and then she has to save Monster High from a big bear monster, and then she transforms. And then now she's oh yeah, I'm a werewolf, so I can stay here. Because she didn't even know why she was there. She didn't even know she was half monster. So that's kind of how it starts off. And then the other episodes that came out, Food Fight and the cheerleading one, they revolve around Jackie Laura, her spells and she's a witch. And so yes, she's a full-on witch. And so Torline, that episode, she threatens to expose Draculaura if she doesn't drop out of the cheerleading competition. So that's a thing. And I really like Laguna and Torline, and I feel the characters are very, very cutesy, and I really don't mind it at all. I think Laguna is very cute, and then Torline is British. Yeah, so that's a thing. At first I was not sure what to make of it, but now it's okay. I think it kind of adds a weird charm to her, because she's supposed to be very a pillar in a monsterverse, she's very about monsters and against humans. So she is very vocal about that stuff. And apparently she's also a rock star, but we haven't really seen that yet. Overall, with all the characters, we even have more confirmed on their way, Claude. Howleen also debuted in a newest episode. Howleen is no longer related to Claudine or Claude in any way. So there have been some changes. I do like the changes that were made with Deuce, that every snake on his head represents one of the 7 deadly sins. I like that Laguna is a fish out of water. I like that, Dracula is a witch now. I know, controversial opinion. I feel like it adds more character to her. And Frankie, oh my god, Frankie's such a gem. I love them so much. Protect them at all costs. So overall, I feel like the characters are very lovable. They're very cool. And I feel like all these new characters that are going to be returning definitely will spice it up every new time there's an episode, because it's going to be so fun to see all these returning characters come back and like talk and like have a role. And like so I think overall this season is off on a great start, and I definitely cannot wait to see what happens. And I feel like this show overall is a very solid show, even if it is made for kids, of course. Now, the dolls were a talking point for a long time. We did get the leaks, so we already knew what they looked like even before they officially came out. But even when they officially came out, people were still not sure, like, do we like them? Do we not like them? Is it okay to like them? Is it not okay to like them? It was very controversial if you liked these dolls. Nowadays, ever since the official release, everyone just loves them unconditionally, no questions asked. Everyone's a fan apparently, and now it's okay and it's cool to like these dolls. Me personally, I always like them. I think they're really unique and cool looking. That's the whole point of Monster High anyways. And I mean, while their fashions may have been, maybe toned down a bit, like style wise, they're not as styled up and like maybe not as sassy as the original ghouls. I still feel like all the characters really kept a certain amount of their the essence of who they are, because I feel like every character still, even if their clothing is not like as fashionable, it still is who they are. I love Frankie's outfit. I love their metallic leg, right? And then I love Cleo's dress, the boots, the boots no one likes, but I like them. I think it's okay. Laguna was obviously a controversial opinion with her transparent legs, and then she's obviously pink. I actually really like her outfit and I like her legs. And then Claudine, also another hot point, because she was not, no one liked her. She didn't have a good face up. Her eyes were too big apparently, and then she had freckles and a drawn on a puppy nose. So Claudine did have a glow up, and now she also looks better. So a lot of these dolls did grow, in people's hearts, and now I feel like they're just wildly accepted as they're good. I also like Deuce. He has a green skin tone now, and I feel like it actually really it matches. I feel like I don't know if he would look any better if he had like human skin tone. I feel like the green really suits him, and I love his smirk. Gulia looks really cute. I love her glasses. Her Sahutlat is adorable. Oh yeah, that brings me to a whole different thing where it's like the pets are cheapified to the maximum. And I actually, at first, I wasn't like into it, but now I'm like, okay, it's really cute. Like some of them look really cute actually. Like Sir Hutzela. And then, Toralei, of course, she doesn't have short hair anymore. She has long hair, which doesn't make sense because in the show, she also has short hair. So I'm guessing they made her hair longer because it's a playline doll. So that's probably the reason, but honestly, I still like it. I still like her long hair, and I think this is overall these dolls are like really cute, and aesthetically they're still glam, but they're obviously just toned down. Then we also have the coffin being playset. We have the Gorganizer playset. We have the 2-pack, the coffin being 2-pack, which everyone has been obsessed over with the new Frankie and a side-eye face-up. So overall, I think the dolls have grown massively in popularity. I, for one, cannot wait for these ghouls to become available internationally. I cannot wait to see them in the store shelves and just get all of them at once, have have a huge Monster High haul. I also can't wait to see what the series 2 might bring us. I made a whole separate video about that. But yeah, this is very exciting stuff, and I'm just so happy to be alive to experience this, you know. And then lastly, of course, we have the live action movie. Now, when it was announced that we were gonna get a live action movie, everyone was shook. I think most of us, you know, when we got to see our first look at the cast, you know, especially the main 3 ghouls in their full looks, I don't know, a lot of us were thinking Party City. I know a lot of people were not happy with it. A lot of people said it looked costumey. They said it looked cheap. I think a lot of people also forgot that this was a production for Nickelodeon, so it wasn't supposed to look like a Marvel Avengers movie, but people forgot. And it's yeah, I think people were not happy with the look. And then we got the first trailer, it blew up, and I think people then were not happy with the choreography and the music. And now the movie is surprisingly good. It's decent. I mean, of course, the plot twist, the villain, predictable. Some of the characters, Cleo, I mean Laguna especially. Laguna has like 2 lines and that's it. She's mostly a glorified background character, which is a shame to say. Then we have Heath, Abby, Gulia. They all have a couple lines here and there, but they are basically just glorified background characters. Now, I do understand that now, also especially because the sequel has been confirmed. So because of that, I do think it was it's important that they give these characters more screen time in the sequel, and that they, you know, further flourish their characters. And we need more character development for all of these characters, and we just need it so badly, especially Laguna. She deserves better. You know, Heath and Abby, all we know about them is that they're friends with the other main characters that have more screen time. Gulia, we just know that she sleeps in the dirt, so we definitely need for them to flesh out these characters more. And I also feel like that's probably why we got a sequel, why we are getting a sequel, and that's very good. So I also have more faith in a sequel, because the first movie, now they will be able to see what they can you know, improve on, and what maybe they didn't do the best. So I feel like the sequel will be better for sure, also because there's going to be more returning characters that has been confirmed. Now, obviously, at the end of the first movie, we got this little tease that's basically, we see these hands holding this orb, and then we can see Dracula in the orb. This mysterious person says she is the one who will take down the vampires or something, and then it cuts to black. So obviously in the sequel, the emphasis will be more on Dracula and I guess her helping out the villain. Maybe, I mean, I think she'll be manipulated, obviously, but yeah, it does sound very juicy. I don't know who the villain is, but I'm sure we'll find out. I think it is a new character for sure. I give my in-depth analysis in my review, but overall, I think the movie is a fun time. It has great music, great choreography in my opinion, the set design, the outfits, it all looks spectacular. And with the sequel, it will be even better because it will probably have a higher budget. But whatever happens, I have full faith in the cast members because they do such a great job as their characters, especially Cece as Frankie. They are such a scene stealer, and I definitely can't wait to see what they do next. Mia as Claudine, such a heartwarming person, and then Naya, just, they're all so lovable, and just, I love them to bits. So I cannot wait to see what they do next in the sequel, especially. And I really like the movie, you guys. It's a fun time, okay? So, to summarize, is the Monster High 2022 reboot any good? Yes, I definitely feel like it is. The movie is an awesome time. The dolls are really cute. And the show just started, so I'm not going to be too conclusive. But I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of surprises awaiting us in the next episodes coming out. I mean, again, there's 26 episodes in total, so there's bound to be some exciting ones, of course. So overall, I feel like this reboot has been definitely a very strong one, and I'm just so happy that Monster High is back at all. This is pretty insane. I also just love the changes that were made, like with Frankie being non-binary and Laguna being pink. A lot of people don't like those changes, but I personally feel like because this new generation of Monster High is not supposed to compete or replace the originals, this is just going to be its own thing. And I love the way it's looking. It looks so diverse, so inclusive, also with new body proportions and body heights, and just I love what they're doing, and I hope we get more Monster High goodness like this. And yeah, that was the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. As always, leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already so you don't miss out when I post more Monster High doll news, doll reviews, episode reaction videos, and a bunch more content coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with what adulty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.